And thank you for participating in this orientation. This is important. It is part of your experience in Belize, the study abroad program. So I don't know who is right now participating, but we have our director here for the international programs, Ms. Candice Moore, and she's here to give us orientation, what things that we have to consider, what are the things that we need to pay attention, and how we enjoy ourselves there while we are being cautious. So she can give more about her roles, like talk about her experience, and she's really wonderful giving all the hints to us. Last year we had awesome orientation. I know today will be great orientation as well. Thanks. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to go through a presentation. It's for your health and safety for your trip abroad to Belize. And congratulations on your trip abroad. I know you guys will all have an awesome time. I'm going to go get started in the presentation and maybe some questions. It's only about an hour. So I ask that you at least pay, I need your undivided attention. And please do not be on your cell phones or doing other tasks at this time. If you just pay attention to this presentation, again, it'll only be about an hour, and it's very important information. Okay, so we're going to go get started. We want your trip to be awesome. I know you guys are going to have a wonderful time, but there's just certain things that you need to know when traveling abroad, especially if it's your first time abroad. Also, if you enjoy your trip, I hope that I will see you again. I hope you come back and try to go abroad on other trips. You can go anywhere in the world, basically, abroad. So you don't have to do a DSU trip. You can do some with our affiliation organization. So please, if you are interested in traveling again, make sure you visit our office, which is in Grocery Hall. Emergencies. There are minor and major emergencies. A minor emergency can be pickpocketing, petty theft, things of that nature. A major is natural disasters such as earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, and acts of terrorism. Medical emergency is, of course, anything that has to be, you have to visit the hospital for: rape or sexual assault, severe food poisoning, allergic reactions to any type of thing, medicine, animal bites, any mental health issue, which you guys should be pretty good. I think you're away 3 weeks? 3 weeks?
Less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2. So yeah, you guys should be pretty good. And any incident involving injuries or injury. Non-medical emergency is cuts, allergies, homesickness, just being unhappy while you're abroad, which I know none of you will experience, especially any unhappiness. Homesickness, you're there for less than 2 weeks. You just know that you'll be home in no time. So should be no too much homesickness.
We had one student was homesick in the middle of the last year.
She was really homesick.
Yeah, we had to do birthday for her.
Aww. Was she young? Was she like a freshman?
Well, not freshman, but sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah. I mean, and it can happen, but just know that you'll be going home soon. So
Right.
it'll be okay. A general emergency, military coup, which hopefully you guys shouldn't have anything like that. Protest, civil unrest, tsunami, earthquake, those things could happen. Terrorist bombing, hurricanes, anything of that nature. So hopefully none of that does happen, but please know that it's very possible that it does. Your program director, Dr. Osbe, and her assistant will assist you guys through any type of emergencies. Responding to medical emergencies, like let's say something does happen to you, you seek appropriate medical care. First of all, you notify Dr. Osbe or Amanda right away. If something were to happen and you weren't even able to get a hold of them, you can always call back at the university, public safety, and if it's during the work hours that we're there, our office will be able to assist you. If not, public safety will do the best that they can, or either they will contact us, but somebody is here. The phone will, somebody will pick up here at Del State 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if you guys need to take a picture of this slide, write this number down just for your safety. Whatever you need to do, that's fine. But just know that if you call back here, somebody, no matter what time of day it is, somebody will answer. And somebody will definitely be able to assist you.
Just one second.
I sure can. And feel free to take pictures of any of the slides. Medical insurance. So you have to have international health insurance. All students traveling abroad have to have international health. There's no way around it. There's no excuses not to have it. You have to have it and it has to cover emergency evacuation and repatriation. Does everybody understand what repatriation is? Everybody's good? Okay. Just for those that are in Skype, just in case somebody doesn't know, repatriation is to have your remains, if you were to die in a foreign country, to have your remains flown back here to the U.S. So it has to cover that. That's extremely expensive. Okay? I know it probably sounds, crazy, but I gotta tell you guys this stuff. Crisis planning and preparedness. Your program director will make sure that everything is good and safe. She is in contact with people there in Belize that will be able to assist her as well if there's any type of emergency. So the program director, you guys will write to her for anything, any questions, any problems of any, even if your friend you're responsible for your classmate, because if she or he is having a problem with anything and they don't want to go to the program director to talk to them about it, it's your responsibility to do so. Because you just want to make sure that everybody is safe. So you want to care for everybody's safety. Okay? If you take medication, you want to make sure that you have enough supply while you're there. And you want to make sure that you carry it in the bottle that it comes in. Do not want to change. Like you might have pre-roll cases or something that you might want to use. Do not do that when you're traveling abroad. Your health insurance, we just already talked about that. Your passport must be valid for 6 months after the end of your trip and have at least 2 blank pages. So make sure that your passport is not expiring anytime soon. Okay? If there were any type of emergency, now, with your cell phone carrier, you want to make sure that you either tell them that you are traveling to Belize and see what kind of plan they may offer you. Because if you go there and just be like, oh, I'm not worried about it, and just have your phone going, and only you may come back with an astronomical bill. You do not want to do anything like that. So make sure that you contact them, your carrier, to tell them and see what plan that they may be able to offer. However, if there was some sort of emergency and you wanted to contact, you definitely would turn it on then, try to send a text or whatever to your family or friends. And then, that emergency is totally different than just trying to contact your friend or try to send them a live picture of you, snorkeling or something like that. Okay?
There is the internet available, like where they stay, almost except the forest. They will be able to access when they get to their room through their computer, iPads, communicate also.
That's wonderful. And please understand that it may not work as efficiently as you're used to things working in the US. There may be times when it's down, you may only get to use it for an hour. Things like that could possibly happen. Just please understand that because it's totally different than what you're used to here. Okay? Just make sure you just keep that in mind. STEP, the Smart Travel Enrollment Program. This is free. That allows U.S. citizens and nationals traveling abroad to enroll your trip in the nearest embassy or consulate. This is something also mandatory for all of our students who travel abroad. You have to enroll in STEP. Now, Dr. Osbe, do you want to double check to make sure that they enroll? Because sometimes what I have them do is send me proof that they have enrolled.
I think, so can I ask you this? Can we have a PowerPoint presentation so they can have the link? Like, I don't know.
Oh, I'll send it to them.
Can you?
They can take the picture here, or I'll send it to them. I can always send it.
Okay.
Okay, because it's right at it's at travel.state.gov. You'll hear that travel.state.gov. You hear that throughout the entire presentation because they have everything, every bit of information, anything you ever want to find out about Belize is on that. Is on travel.state.gov. But anyway. I also send this link as well, but everybody has to enroll in it. If there's any type of emergency, they know that you're wherever you are in Belize, and let's just say something and they want to get all Americans out, they would know that you're there and be able to get you out quickly. Because you have to change your plane reservations and things of that nature, and they will help you take care of all of that. Okay, so it's really important to enroll in STEP.
So one thing that I want to just comfort you, their jail doesn't have fences and their police officer don't have guns. There is no such incidents that we had in terms of shooting or anything like that. Their jail doesn't even have fence around. The people are working around the building because the local people actually report. If they escape, they return the prisoner back. And many of them want to stay in prison because they are learning skills in the prison. They are learning to be a carpenter, different skills, because a lot of them come from very, very poor families. But it was just so surprising, no fence in the jail. All around, and all the prisoners like right in the field working.
Yeah.
Like this is outside the building. We just wait, like we stop the car and look at them because we couldn't believe it.
Yeah, totally different than here.
Yeah.
Okay, emergency preparedness. You guys on our website, or the DSU website, which I will send to you. You want to look over our study abroad handbook, and it's not something you have to print. You just have to look it over. Now, great thing with Dr. Osby is that she has an assistant. So if something were to happen, whatever, to her or to her assistant, you at least have one of them. So usually it's very rare something happens to mom. So you have them to go to, so you know who either Amanda or Dr. Osby. Sometimes the program director may appoint a student leader.
Well, I
That's
did
up to
actually for undergrad. Robert is going to, like, in case that Amanda is busy, not available. And then we have another TA. I didn't realize she's really young. I think I'm gonna have like people who have more experience in life to be on the leadership position because just in case.
That's good.
Right.
That's good. So they will have access and knowledge to your forms and things as well. So that's great to know something does happen. You report to them, and then they'll make sure that it gets Dr. Osby. Okay. Now, let's just say I don't know. Is anybody's parents a little nervous with them going abroad? Everybody's parents good. That's wonderful. Usually, happy group for parents are nervous with them traveling abroad. So like you got to go to a beautiful, beautiful place. But anyway, just in case, you can give this number. It's the from the State Department. You see, it's the 88-407-4747. What happens with that number is, let's say there was an emergency at home and your parents needed to reach you, they can call that number, your parents, and then the State Department would contact the embassy there and then the embassy. Okay?
Since we are being hosted by a center, they also have their own access that they can provide because they are the hosts. They are from their driver to the guide. They are all designated. We don't have like a day that we don't have anybody.
Good.
Every single day they have scheduled for us with people.
Good. So do you have a ground itinerary?
Yeah.
Do you have it? Okay, that's good for students to have. And students, make sure you leave that with your parents, just nice peace of mind. So that they can just say, oh, this is what you're doing today, whatever like that, okay?
Right.
We talked about emergency preparedness and things to do. In case of an emergency and you did need to send something home, you definitely would turn on your phone and you can send a text, social media, things of that nature. But you guys are great because you have Dr. Osby, and then on top of Dr. Osby, you have the hosts that are there in the country as well for you guys. So that's absolutely great. Travel alert. There are no travel alerts for Belize, except just your typical, just being careful, and that's just anywhere you go, even in the U.S. So just make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. Avoid being out late at night. Of course, do not physically resist any robbery attempt, anything like that. You definitely don't want to resist that. You will not have problems like that. The crime in Belize is extremely low, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. And enroll in STEP, you'll hear that more than once, with travel.state.gov. And you can also follow the State Department on Facebook and Twitter if you guys have that. Emergency. The emergency number in Belize. Let's see, I don't know if that's on this one. Do you know the emergency number in Belize, Dr. Osmond?
We never had any.
Isn't it on the bottom there, 911, bottom left-hand corner?
Belize, oh, yeah.
You need 911.
So it's just like ours, 911. Okay, so just in case, depending on where you are, again, with your phone, always turn it off for an emergency. Okay, 911.
So what they did last year is they gave me 2 phones. I gave 1 phone to TA, and I gave 1 for Belize.
Good.
It is the phone that has all the networking access for all Belize. So it has all the emergency number coded in.
Okay, wonderful.
Right.
All
For us.
right, so, you guys don't have to have any, immunizations to get into the country, but please just make sure you're up to date on all your immunizations, especially your measles, okay, because of the outbreak of that. You definitely don't want to have to be exposed to that and may have to come back into the US and be quarantined, okay? So make sure that you have make sure everybody has their second one of their MMR. Make sure you definitely have that, just because it's out right now. But there are no required ones to get into it. Now, only you know your body. So you will be experiencing different foods, that nature. So if you know that you have like a weak stomach anyway, and you know that you may have problems, you want to make sure that you just have the medications that you may take for that. So whether it be Tums, Pepto-Bismol, you definitely want to make sure that you have that with you, have access to that. You want to also make sure, especially for my females, I said, your not only just your hand sanitizer, but you also want to make sure that you carry the travel tissues, normal packs. Make sure that you have those. You definitely want to use the mosquito repellent spray. You want one with a deep, no more than 50% deep. Okay, that's definitely.
They suggest whatever is the most environmental friendly. We try to use those because there are a number of places they encourage people, especially rainforest area. They say that they really ask people do not use excessively those mosquitoes of too much chemical loaded. But some of them has a herbal smell, and the mosquito is not attracted to it. They want us to get, what is it, eucalyptus, or what is that repel?
Citronella.
Yes.
Citronella, mint, there's a whole bunch of them.
Right.
Probably at Walmart. So you guys have seen it at Walmart or Walgreens?
Yeah, I mean, you can get them pretty much everywhere now.
Yeah.
Everywhere? Okay, so make sure that you definitely look into that, but everybody needs their own. Because you're going to need it. And of course, make sure that that's always in your suitcase.
And the backpack, because your hands needs to be free in case you fall, like you want to hold on something, especially this is the first time we are going to go to the rainforest. So I don't know what the condition there, so.
Right, you definitely want a backpack. You know, sometimes ladies, females have like pretty bags like this, because we have nice large bags with the straps. You don't want. I mean, that could be your carry-on or something if you want, but you don't want to have that like Dr. Osmond said. You definitely want a backpack. Meningitis, you guys should be good with that because you had to have that to come to school. The flu, you don't need that. Alcohol. The alcohol consumption policy is that you guys follow the DSU one. Are you guys under 21? Oh.
I have one student.
Just Kayla?
Oh, two. Actually, I got two now.
Two.
Another one too, yeah.
Oh, just two. That's
Two students are younger.
Okay, so you guys have to follow the DSU and the US rules of you have to be 21 to drink. Okay?
I don't think Belize has regulations like
They don't.
Yeah.
I think it's like 18. So so just because it's 18 there, and you guys may be 19 or 20, you still have to follow our rules here. I'm not there to know what you are not doing. However, if something were to happen, Dr. Osmond can write you up for judicial if something did happen in Rwanda.
See, in Turkey, it's age is 16.
Police is on there taken.
Huh?
Police is on there taken.
Yeah, it's 18.
Yeah.
The police.
Well, they never ask ID, that's the thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never ask any ID at the store.
Well, that's cultural too. I mean, they start them out younger, and it's not here where they don't have issues with like abuse of it as much.
They don't, but you have to follow the rules here. Okay? All right? Everybody's good with that? The drinking behavior. We don't really have to go through that too much. This is mostly for my students who travel abroad and are much younger. You guys, only like two of you for under 21, so you're good. Even those who are 21, let's just say, somebody gets out and drinks and all of that, you do not want to end up in jail. Even though Dr. Osmond described the jail and said that this is not really hard and unpleasant, you talk about being homesickness. Let's say you're there, you get stuck something for 2 to 3 years. It's still different, you're still not home, so you definitely do not want to do that, and DSU is not responsible, does not have to get you out. Only thing that the embassy will do is provide you a transfer. They will not provide you an attorney, anything of that nature. Do a lot of hardship on your family, on yourself, and so on and so forth. So just want to make sure no drugs, no alcohol, abuse of any sort to get you into any kind of trouble. You'll be good to go. Okay? Criminal acts. You just need to be careful and to stay away from anything like public demonstrations if that was to be going on. Be aware of where it's appropriate to take photos. At least you should be okay. This was happening like in we had students who went to China years and years ago, and Tiananmen Square doesn't like you taking like video. Things of that nature. So our American students down there taking video, and I mean they didn't get arrested or anything like that. They just put it away. But you just need to be aware of certain things, like some things you can, some things you can't. Of course, don't become a victim of crime. Fanny packs are now back in style. So students, encouraged to use those. Of course, stay in well-lighted areas, beware of beggars, things of that nature. Make sure you are in a hotel, make sure your door is locked. Just things of that. Just the same thing that you would do here. Nutritional changes, your diet will be different. All you have to do is plug in travel.state.gov and look up that for Belize, and you'll see the type of foods that are there. I also have some listed. Be very careful of some of the things that you eat and drink. Of course, definitely don't accept this food from strangers or somebody on the street, which you wouldn't do here. So, of course, why would you do it while you're abroad? The different foods there. Now, Dr. Ate's been there before, so I'm sure she can elaborate on some. But I know that they have, of course, it's like rice and beans, a fruit cake, which is called basically like a rum cake, Johnny cakes, cake made with flour and coconut milk, ceviche, which of course I know everybody should try unless you're allergic to seafood.
Cassava, like they also have, this cassava puddings and stuff.
Oh, you saw that down there? Yeah. Is the pudding, is that good?
Yeah, I like the cassava.
What about this, it looked like soursop ice cream?
I didn't try that.
Oh, you did it?
I am not like it, yeah.
It's supposed to be sweet and sour.
Right.
So you guys, especially if you're adventurous like me, I like all types of food.
Yeah.
Make sure that you just try different things so that you at least say you tried it. Sometimes you may not like it. If you're real picky, some people can't try it, but if you're not really a picky eater, you want to make sure you get to try everything that you possibly can, because you never know if you're going to ever try that again. Now, tamales, I'm sure you had tamales here, but nothing like probably having tamales from Belize. It's going to be totally different, especially than Taco Bell. So you definitely have to try it if you can. Okay, so that's just several things that you might want to try. Or you know that you might be aware of. Mm-hmm.
Their food, just letting them know that for every day their foods are packed almost, because they don't have as much varieties in restaurants like the way we do here. Center that hosting us has a fix. They have like vegetarian options and stuff like that, but other than that, options are limited. Like for instance, one night they have chicken, next night is fish. Like they actually made it like that. So if anything that you want to try different than what the program is covering, it's not too expensive. Because I process paperwork for you guys to get $500 before you guys go to the Belize. It's like ahead of time, so you have some money at least to bring with you, a couple of hundred. And one more thing that I have to mention to you, although I handle a lot of tips, and the whole country runs like literally on tips. Like a lot of people are very helpful and everything, but they try to guide you, and they try anything that you ask them to do extra for you, you have to cover. I only cover for the team. Like I only cover the tips for the team going to the park, for instance, the botanical garden. If anything else you ask extra for yourself, then make sure you give $1 or something, because they are doing something for you.
What's appropriate for that as far as how much typically?
$1 is $2 Belizean dollars.
Okay.
So they use the dollars too. The $1 American dollar is $2 Belizean dollars. So $20 is like $40 there.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. So like last year, one of the students, Jillian, wanted to have this special birthday, right, for the student. I didn't know they made all the arrangement and everything. But I told her, so here's the thing, we can all chip in and pay for the cake, no problem. But all other things that you guys are asking this driver to do for you, it's not in the agenda.
Sure.
Make sure you give the tip if they are actually doing in addition without charging us. Because they are not doing a designated driving for each person, they only do for team,
Sure.
like on the schedule. But if you wanted to go across the Guatemala border, because they were near to the Guatemala border. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, now, this picture here is basically just for everybody to realize that things happen. Here in the US, especially if you haven't really traveled abroad, you know, everything is really scheduled. You know, like just like you come to class, your class is scheduled, your teacher shows up, you leave, you go to your next one, you're going to work because you gotta be there at certain times. We're a very scheduled country. You go on a trip, you're here this time, you leave it this time, you go back, get back on the bus, you go, everything is really scheduled with us. When you're abroad, stuff can happen. You just think, especially with you guys being, you're gonna be in the rainforest sometimes, right? You're spending some time in the rainforest and things, driving to the mountains or whatever. I mean, things can just happen. I mean, you know, a herd goat could be crossing the road in the country. You just never know. It could put you behind schedule 30 minutes or so. So just realize that things happen. Just remember, you're in another country. You're not in the U.S. You must leave your U.S. mindset right here. When you get back, you pick it back up again. But while you're abroad, just realize different things are happening. I'm in a whole other country. They do things totally different, but that's part of your experience. Embrace it, enjoy it, have a wonderful time, and just know that I'm just here, I'm just a visitor, and I will be leaving. But let me enjoy this while I'm here and have a wonderful time, and take this experience back to share with my family. Okay? Is everybody kind of clear on that? Okay. Emotional and mental health, you guys should be really good with that. This is usually for my students who stay a lot longer, like anywhere from 8 weeks to like a semester. Anxiety, that could happen. If anybody does experience anything like that, just make sure that you report that to like either student leader, which would then give it to Dr. Osbe or Amanda. Culture shock can be a little bit surprising to some people, but I think you guys should be good in Belize. There's things that are going to be a lot different than what you may be used to. Like I said, especially like your food and things of that nature, but just know that it's temporary and you will get back to your normal lifestyle in a few weeks. For medical practice, if you guys got to go to a clinic, just know that it could be set up different than ours. We know how our doctor's office is. We know how our walk-in clinics are. But in a foreign country, things could be totally different. So just be aware of that. They might not have the same practices that we have, but you're there to get taken care of, like medically, so you should be okay, and just know that it can be different. Personal liability, just know that we as in DSU employees are not responsible for loss or theft of your personal items. You lose your laptop, you lose your phone, DSU is not responsible for that, okay? Or the trip, or Dr. Osmond, whatever she made on her own to take care of for you, that's fine. But just know that we are not responsible. We're not obligated to bring it. And you guys can follow travel.state.gov. That's the best way to learn anything about your country that you're visiting, and you can always follow State Department. Anybody want to?
I was gonna take a picture.
Absolutely. And all the pictures on here are basically of our students who traveled abroad.
This is our student?
Those are our students. They were in Italy.
Oh, nice.
All the pictures are our students that traveled abroad. Pre-departure medical evaluations. You know the form that you guys had issued to me, said the medical form. That's just really important for us. But it's definitely confidential. A copy stays with me, and a copy is with Dr. Osmond. We have to know that just in case you're allergic to something. If you have to be hospitalized and you know certain things about you, that information is on that form, which Dr. Osmond definitely give to a medical doctor, and they can take care of you well. You don't know things like that about you, and you're out of it. You don't know. We don't want any additional things to be medical wrong. So we just try to help out with know that information. But please know that it's confidential. It stays in our office and goes with Dr. Osmond. That is it. What to pack. Dr. Osby probably may be able to tell you a little bit more about this, especially for that country, but for general students traveling abroad, again, I've already talked to you about, like, if you have, you know how your stomach is, you know your stomach can have problems. And if you've never traveled abroad, you're not sure, just make sure that you can get all of these travel items right there in Walmart. You might want to get a small thing of Tums, things like that, because you just never know how your stomach can be. Medicines, make sure they're in the original container. If you have to have your favorite snack, if you know you gotta have Cheetos every single day, you need to make sure you have your little pack of Cheetos. If you know you have to have it, then you need to take it, because you may not have access to it. But if you are okay, some people cannot live without certain things. While you guys travel to Belize, I would not suggest chocolate, because it's probably going to be warm and it will melt. But if you know you gotta have certain things, certain things you know you cannot, you have to have ketchup and you have to have Heinz, you just want to make sure you have your little packets. That's going to stress you out. Okay?
Can I tell them the story? Like when you said that, I made a mistake bringing one box of chocolate. I can assure you that the animals find it, even if it's sealed pack. They smell it. We were in the, you know, like in the forest, sleeping in those bunk beds. I was wondering why all them spiders and the ants are like following my bed, like all the, like basically they are going straight to my luggage, next to my bed. Oh my God, I opened my luggage, hundreds of them, like they were like trying to get to. Like we had to put my bag outside and get those, with the stick, get the chocolate out of my bag. It happens. And all the students were yelling at me, Dr. Oswald, I don't want to see the spiders in here, the spiders. It happened to me like when I first time visited Belize.
Yeah. And what, your chocolate didn't melt? It didn't melt?
It melted, but it was sealed.
Oh.
It's like sealed. When it melts, I think it probably there was a little hole or something. That,
Yeah, but sealed like what? You mean sealed in the container that it originally comes
Yeah,
in?
it wasn't like outside. It was like really melted inside. It was what is it called? Vacuum packed. It was like vacuum packed.
It was, and
Yeah.
they still were able to get in.
And it was
Yeah.
they still get inside.
Really?
But I have a feeling there was some sort of a hole somewhere that they might feel, because I was so surprised.
Yeah,
I didn't
I am
think-
too.
Even the granola bar I had military style with the vacuum pack.
Right.
And that one went really fast. All the students wanted to have, so I refinished it in several days. But with the chocolate, I am like, oh my God. Yeah.
Because I mean, I've traveled all over. I've never experienced that as long as it's sealed properly. But if it's not, I can just imagine. But I'm also not in any type of rainforest. That is definitely not anything that I would ever have to desire. Is being a rainforest. I could never.
Be sure to send you pictures of the spiders.
Yeah, you guys, send me
Giant
pictures.
Yeah.
Feminine hygiene products, and especially the antibacterial wipes, okay? Medication, I'm sorry, I cannot stress that enough. Please make sure it's in its original container. This also picture is when we were actually on safari in Africa. That's awesome. But anyway, what to leave behind? Anything expensive or anything you cannot live without. Your great grandmother gave you a ring, whatever. Please don't travel with things of that nature. Please make sure you leave that behind. Anything, your favorite jeans, your favorite flip flops. Do not travel abroad with those. Sure you leave those behind. A copy of your passport, you want to make sure that stays with your family. A copy is with me, a copy will be with Dr. Osmond. The reason for this is that if, let's say your passport was lost or stolen, it's much easier for the embassy if we have a copy to give them. That's why I stress that it has to be signed, because otherwise it's not going to be official. So it's much easier for them to get you one, just to get you, just to get you back into the U.S. It just would take a lot longer if we don't have one. I have a copy, okay? So a copy is really, really important for my office, Dr. Osbeck, and of course, even your family. Name and number, will they be able to have that, the students for their lodging? They may not have a phone number, but at least Don't have
Oh,
to go
yeah.
to location, right?
Oh, yeah, we can get
Yeah,
all the
so
information.
okay,
We
great.
can email you too.
Okay, yeah, I have to have it, but I was just saying for them, that's great to leave. It just gives your parents, as long as they know that. Even your flight number and all that, just make sure.
We
that
did
you
forward
have
it to them, right? I did forward to you guys, your flight. Am I correct?
No,
I emailed you
Yeah,
to
we
forward
had-
it to them.
I think you guys did get an itinerary, they were CC'd on it. Well, the flight itinerary. Well,
That is
I'll
the
check.
flight
I'll make sure you
itinerary.
have it.
Well, yeah, let's make sure because I already purchased ticket. We are leaving on the 28th at 7:00.
Oh, we definitely want to make sure you leave that behind with your, just a copy.
And then we meet with you guys 27th to leave from here. Somebody will drop us off to the airport.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, because our cooperative extension staff will drop us off
Oh, good.
and they will pick us up.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And have your family members, your parents, whatever, visit travel.state back up. If they got lots of questions for you and are worried about things, they can also call my office, but also visit travel.state back up. Great welcome. This is for my students that were going to Poland, so sorry guys, but Dr. Osway already said it's $1 for every 2 Belize.
Yeah.
Right, so $1 American, you get 2 Belize, which is really good. So their economy is very inexpensive though, correct? I've never been to Belize.
So here is the take. There are places like it was really cheap. I agree with this more. But we are going with the center, and the center do not want us to be like a typical tourist, with the mindset of what is the cheapest way to do it. They want us to actually they always encourage that be fair to the local people. If they do the service, how much you would pay for America, and do the same thing for them. Why you have to be always cheap to them? They are asking if they did something, would you give someone who is helping you with your luggage $1? Why you are so cheap when you are there? You would give $1 here. Just give them $1 there. That's what they are trying to say. Like some of the things that you can be considerate. And I am sorry to say, as much as the food is great, but the varieties is not always available every time. Because depending on ingredients they have, their restaurants are very small, exception of Hoodie. That is the one that the restaurant bar, and they do the receptions there. But a lot of those restaurants are small, local, family-run businesses. Like for lunchtime, they only have 4 options. Like for instance, for dinner, they got maybe 7, 8 options. Because they don't have the ingredients, the whole ingredients. From time to time, seasonally, they change sometimes for the food. But everybody will have mango juice, watermelon juice, cantaloupe juice. They love those things, so they are so delicious. Yeah.
Your luggage. Now, Dr. Isaac, can you speak more on this and what they're allowed to bring?
Well, we are flying with Southwest, so the
Oh.
luggages are free. And what happened is, only thing that I would suggest, doesn't matter how free it is, you do not want to have more than 1 check-in and 1 carry-on. Or if you want to do 1 small and 1 big luggage, that's fine, but do not bring too many. Because who is going to carry them? There is no space in the vehicle. Like last year, we had to pile up when we had going on the highway. We felt shaking because their vehicle, they had number of people. They didn't have a bus, so we need to make sure that you only. And by the way, you don't need a coat or anything. You just need a 1 jacket like the Amanda is wearing. It's literally you will be fine. And then you. On the island, we are going to be pretty much in the water, so you just need a very light top with the short, your bathing suit and stuff underneath, and most of the time you just dry it, hang it, and with your towels. Oh, I'm sorry. Make sure you bring towels. You have to bring the towels, 1 beach towel and maybe 1 at least, not too big,
but bed towel in case. But many places we will go, they will provide the towels. Except the beach, the one that you just, that's when we do to the coastal area. You have to have your beach towel. And another thing is the shoes, right? When you were working in the sand, like if you don't wear snorkel, then you might want to wear your beach shoes or something like that. Because it will get wet, something that will get wet. And
Will you
a shampoo, huh?
Will they have opportunity?
Every day on the island, we are going to look for manatee. Like one day, we are going to actually go out to mangroves and look for the manatee. The next day, we are going to look at the coral reef. And the third day, we are going to go Smithsonian Coral Reef Research Center by US. They are going to show us around what they are doing. Well, we are going to be really busy. And it's like on the island, and then there will be opportunity for us to have fish. And they bring fresh fish caught that particular day they cook it. But the best food I ate was on the island because everything was like freshly cooked. And see, I give all the ladies cook for us $25 American dollar tips because they were awesome. All these days we stay for entire team. I said they deserve it. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like things, and there are botanical garden. We will be in the botanical garden. So that's like another location. Gorgeous. And they actually cook barbecue there for us. Like they do barbecue lunch, fresh like meat and everything. Only thing is that vegetarian option is limited to restaurant. We have to tell them ahead of time where we are arriving, how many people are vegetarian. Because vegetarian options are limited. They do have, food is very valuable in Canada. So I don't think that they have a variety to select. If they can find the food to feed themselves, that's the most important thing for that day.
Okay, so in regards to your luggage, you can bring 2 checked items, but Dr. Osby strongly suggests that you only bring 1, which should be more than enough for almost less than 2 weeks. So especially for what you guys are going for. Remember, you're going for it's study abroad, so it's not like it's your vacation that you want to bring all your items. So you should be good with just 1 suitcase. And your carry-on, so you're allowed to carry on in a personal item. So a lot of times with students when they travel abroad, they do have like another little small, kind of like a duffel bag for their carry-on, and their personal item is usually their backpack.
They can bring the pillow if they want it. Like I told them, if you have your favorite pillow, make sure it has a case. You can. I brought mine. I'm sorry. I have problem, and I bring my pillow with me. Small, very skinny pillow. So I tell the students I do that so they can do it too.
Okay. Make sure with your carry-on though, if you do have, your toothbrush, toothpaste, make sure it's the real small size, but I think 3 or 4 ounces. And you definitely don't want to be over that, especially everybody should know you cannot carry your water, a bottle of water on your carry-on. It's not going to make it through. Once you get through the airport, you buy a purchase bottle of water, which you just can't carry out a 6-pack. Okay. Your passport, please make sure that it's signed, and we will make sure that the copy is left behind. Again, have to enroll in STEP. I want to follow Facebook, Twitter with the State Department, fill in your necessary emergency information on your passport. If your passport is stolen or lost, we have a copy to get you another one and just get you back to the US. Now, traveling here, Dr. Osby said you guys are leaving here together.
Mm-hmm.
You're all leaving together. So whatever time Dr. Osby asks you to be here, please be courteous and be punctual. Because if she says to be here at 8, that means she needs you to be here at 8. You guys try to get your luggage on the van or whatever that's transporting there, the van or the bus. You have to travel there. So it's different when you travel with 2 people versus how many of you guys can?
We are like 12.
12. It's a major difference. checking in on the airport and all of that. When it's a group, it takes a lot more time. So please be courteous of her. She asked you to be here at 8. 8 o'clock means 8. It doesn't mean 8:01. It means 8 o'clock. So make sure that it's not just you traveling, it's a whole group. So please be on time.
I am taking them to the BWI airport a day before. We are gonna have dinner. Everybody will settle in the hotel on the same floor. We are all waking up. I know their room number, so we all get up. We go to the airport. That's what we did last year. It worked perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the information for the U.S. Embassy in Belize. You guys definitely want a picture of this. Take a picture of this. Have this in your phone. If anything, any kind of emergency ever happens, you can separate from the group, you can separate from whatever, and you just don't know what's going on. You don't know what to do. The embassy is just like your home, your U.S. home away from home. It's usually open 24/7. Okay, and that's where you would get your, if you lost your passport, that's where you can get another one made, get you back to the U.S. All right, here's a map of Belize. Dr. Mosley, can you show them where they actually may be?
Okay, yeah. So they are gonna go first. So we are arriving Belize City. With, the flight is coming here. We are gonna go to San Ignacio. We will spend 4 days in there, and then we are going up to somewhere here to the forest, close to Guatemalan border. Not too close, but it is there. And then we are going to move right here, down Korea, and we are gonna go to the islands and this way, and we will be back here, and then we are coming to Belize City, staying one night. So we are skipping Belmopan because Belmopan is the capital. We didn't think that you needed to see anything so special there because it's buildings. And the market, we can actually have better market in San Ignacio. We figure it is best we actually spend 3 days in rainforest, more times on the island, instead of stopping along the way on the cities and such. So last year's student told me there wasn't anything too special they were interested in. Only thing is good about this place, all the government people is there. We had like a bunch of presentation and discussion with them about climate change, what they are doing as a country. So that was the only good thing. But I think we are going to be better off doing all the hands-on and the one suggestion student had last year. Less presentation, more field trips.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said. So we put more field trips this year. And that's what. And Belize City, we are back on the June 8th.
Okay.
Not June 7th, June 8th.
That's a great itinerary. That's a wonderful time. For those that will be graduating in either December 2019 or May 2020, Visionware makes these sashes so that you, for graduation, you probably will see them. Our international students get them free from our office. The study abroad students also wear these for their graduation as well. Now, students are eligible to receive a free one from our office if you participate in the study abroad photo contest that we have every fall. And I send an email out to you guys. I'm saying around, it's usually in November, so around like October, I start sending out the email saying, we're having a study abroad photo contest. Please make sure that you enter. You're allowed to enter 2 photos of you. And when we have our study abroad fair in November, students, the photos are displayed and voted on at that time. That's all that happens within that day. And the winner wins a $50 gift certificate and a free sash. Now, let's say you go to Belize, that's how you won your photo contest, but you also end up going to 2 other countries. We also pay for those 2 other countries to be on your sash as well. So it's a great opportunity to win for $50. The second place runner-up gets a $25 gift card, but she doesn't get the free stone. But these are, as you see the price, they're not very expensive. They make a great conversation piece, and they also are a great keepsake of your study abroad trip. You guys have all your documents in. This is the winner of the fall 2018 contest.
Oh, I know her.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I think you guys told me that.
Yeah, in the egg,
This is the photo everyone loved. She's in Poland. you would think, you know, maybe some sort of building or whatever, but everybody loved this photo, which is, it is, it's adorable photo.
It is adorable, oh
I
my
just
God.
would never allow her to be on that. So that's just great that she was there without me. And I'm actually going to Poland in 2 weeks, but that you will never see. I think that is so awesome though for her, and that's what everybody loves. So she graduates, I think, next year.
Oh my God, this is awesome. I love that picture.
Yes, everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. She won life. I mean, she killed it. Everybody loved that. There were some really pretty ones up too, some other ones, but everybody loved that picture, so she won. So she got a $50 gift card, and she graduated. So please make sure you do that. Also, if you send me just some photos and just a brief blurb of your experience abroad, it goes on our website. Students always say, "Oh, I'll do it for you, Miss Moore." They get back, they never do it. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be like a paper. It's not like you're writing a paper. Just 3 or 4 sentences about your experience abroad. That's it. And photos. Photos are huge. And students who think about going abroad, whatever, we always tell them that when they visit our office, oh, go on our website. Students have gone abroad, go look at their experience. We highly encourage you to do this. So that's why we like them to be on our website. But I want you to get it if you send them. Okay? So you guys will have a wonderful trip abroad. This is going to be an awesome experience. Is this anybody's first time being abroad? No? You guys all have been? So where'd you go, Kayla?
I've been to Jamaica, Cancun, the Bahamas. I've been a lot of
Good, good.
Paris.
Out of the Caribbean. That's good.
I've
Emily?
been to Jamaica, Mexico, the Bahamas.
That's great. That's really good. That's really good. Robert?
Canada, it was cold.
I know. I know. I've been in Canada several times. Even in the spring, it's cold for me. So, but that's great. Amanda?
Belize, Mexico, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Ireland, England.
Ireland. That's great.
Spain.
Yeah, you traveled quite a bit. So all of you guys have traveled, and nobody's ever sent me photos. No, I'm just kidding. I know some of it was your personal.
But
So,
last year we had a bunch of pictures. I literally begged the students. I said, guys, it would be nice, but this year is mandatory.
thank you, Dr.
This year is mandatory. I am not giving the last stipend unless they identify the pictures and send me. I am going to personally send to you on behalf of them.
Okay.
I will say, this is
wonderful.
Emily's pictures. This is this picture. Like, I will do that.
Thank you.
So I just bring my camera.
Please, oh my God, we need a video person. We're gonna
Okay.
do short videos of when we visit places.
My one camera can shoot in 4K, so
Yeah, like if we can have like
Yeah.
a few minutes video shooting.
I'm also underwater.
Oh, excellent.
You gotta go pro.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, I think that was like third. I can't remember who was second runner up, but someone did submit. What was that? Because it was the colorful fish. It had to be Belize. I don't know where anybody else went, but I think that was like third. So, but anyway, so you need to get some really nice ones.
Yep.
That'd be nice. Okay. Any questions for me? No? No? Okay, I've already spoken to you and told you what documents are missing. Everybody's able to email them to me, right? Kayla, you're good. I have all of yours.
You just need
Just
my passport.
copy of your passport. And then Emily, you're just gonna forward those to me and send
I
them
just
out.
I just tried to forward it again if you want to check. I think the
Okay.
first email came out as blank stuff, but the second one I think went
Second
through.
one? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I'll check it. Thank you.
Let me know if it didn't.
Okay, we'll do. And everybody else, I think, is and then your document.
Oh yeah, I need to send you all my
Yes,
documents.
that's fine. I think you're good, Sylvia.
I think we took care of a lot of logistics. So travel insurance is being purchased. Like I already gave the credit card, I'm waiting the confirmation. Flights are purchased, hotel reservations are made, payment to Belize is made. Like we have done a lot of those details, so.
Okay.
And, I don't think, like personally, I don't want you guys to stress going to Belize. It's really like 2-3 hour flight. And from where we are living,
And only thing that I would say is just the comfort level. You might not have 4-star hotel, but they are clean. You are, whatever the housing they give you. Students love the first housing in San Ignacio because breakfast was awesome. It was better than the breakfast they provided to faculty. Because we stay in a separate hotel just near to you guys. They wanted to separate student from faculty so they would be more exploring, be by themselves with their TA. So, well, I am by myself this year. I don't know where they locate me this year, but the thing is that every morning the breakfast place said awesome. Because they were like almost like bed and breakfast place with many rooms, like different rooms. So it's good.
Just also, can I just add, now how much is the students paying to go on this trip?
0.
Okay, so what I wanna just let you guys know is that, okay, just wanna let you guys know that this trip would probably be about maybe 4,000, 3,000 per
If-
student.
All the guides and everything else, it cost us over 5,000.
A student, probably per student?
Right, because I
Okay.
am also paying, they actually charge us like an almost class fee.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
although they can use this as a class credit if they like it. Like we can arrange with your advisor and you can present something.
So you definitely should try to take advantage of that. If you're able to get credit for it, because that goes on your transcript. So of course this goes on your resume that you've studied abroad, but if you can get credit for it, that's even better yet, because that's on your transcript. So you should definitely look into that since you can get credit for it.
Especially
You might just have to do like a paper or something, or some sort of
Right.
presentation.
well, we
So-
are collecting data so they can actually involve in the data collection, they can present. And the other thing is Dr. Kwame Matthews, if you guys take the special problems with him, he can count at least 1 or 2 credits of what you guys did in Belize, and then you only see him for 1 credit. We can arrange that. I'll talk to him.
So make sure, that's definitely worth looking into. But just know that this will cost you probably $5,000 if you were able to do this on your own, or you had to pay for, this study abroad, like you went through one of our private organizations, or just even on your own, just if you chose it to do on your own with a private organization. So by this being free, that's why I was stressing in the sense of, please, that if something does not go quite your way, if the itinerary changes, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's gonna be all right. You're still gonna have a great time. You're still gonna do some wonderful things, but also it is free to you. Free is huge. A lot of students do not have that opportunity to travel abroad for free. Obviously, this is a grant. This is a grant that you have. So, which makes Dr. Osby did a lot of work to get this grant for you to be able to do this for free. A lot of
I
work.
can express to you, this is the 3rd time I apply, and this is the 3rd time I had to apply. Finally got it.
So 3 attempts.
3
And
attempts.
on the 3rd one,
Yeah.
you finally did get it. So it's a lot of work, to get a grant. You guys may not really realize that, especially being a student, but it's a lot of work to do that. And it's a lot of taking it away from her time and family to do something like to travel with you like that. So please be very grateful to her for doing something like this, because it is an awesome opportunity and many people do not get this opportunity, especially even a stipend. So you're actually even going to get a stipend that is very, very unusual for people. So please make sure that you, complaining as little as possible. Complaining, because things are not going to go your way and it's totally different. You're going to be in a whole different culture. So just please make sure that you minimize that. Just keep that to yourself as much as you possibly can. Just enjoy yourself, enjoy the experience, and please be grateful. Okay, that's all I have. If there's any other questions for me.
Can the people ask us questions?
They
They
can
can
always,
type?
if they have some,
They will need to email to you.
yes, they can email
Okay.
that or me.
Or free conference call? Like, did anyone have that information? I had sent it.
Yes, that was in the email.
Huh?
The number was in the email that we got for today, for the conference call.
Okay. It wasn't in the email?
It was, it's right here.
Okay.